Welcome back to our Fated Clash Tourney, a tournament where 6 Fated ones from each nation, go head-to-head in a single elimination competition until only one remains. To give a brief recap of our tourney journey so far, in round 1, we saw Chris Rain take out the notorious devil himself, Zorga Nadir, before being taken out by yours truly wielding Rezael, and now I'm gonna have to bear Chris Rain's fate as I too shall go for a double or nothing match against the frontliner of the whole tournament, Blong the Maya, being piloted by our dear friend Zenon. That's it for the recap. Without any further ado, Zenon takes the first turn. Stand up, za.
Stand up the Vanguard.
Wings to aspiration, so well.
Cavity Malikia. I draw. And I discard Black Sky Thunder Queen Lemina. And to ride Hollow Raptor. Getting the energy generator. And Lemina's effect activates. I Soul Blast, return it to the bottom of the deck, and I draw one card. It's your turn now.
You bet it is. Draw. I discard Sajas from the hand. Ride Patrol of Gus Ventesta. I'll gain my crest. And Eneki charge is 3. Furthermore, skill of Wings Aspiration so well draws me an additional card. I call. And swing for 16 on the Vanguard.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll take this attack. No card.
Drive check. No trigger.
Damage check. No trigger.
I'll pass. That Lemina is new from you too. We're both whipping out some of our new tricks early.
Yeah. Alright, and now I draw. What to discard, what to discard. I probably won't be needing this as much. I'll discard Steam Artist Arwin to ride Vacant Fang. Activating the effect of Hollow Raptor when it is ridden upon by Vacant Fang. I reveal the top 3 cards of my deck and add all the normal units from among them to the soul.
That's triple, baby.
That is a nice hit.
Ooh, you also got a Crimson Expeller in there. That's disconcerting.
Did you see one of the other cards that got put in there?
Let me read them. You got yourself a clean sweep. Something told me I knew what you were planning.
Yep. If you're playing what I think you are, might as well make sure you don't have a board at all that I combine.
You see, I think I might have anticipated that. Let's continue.
Vacant Fang will attack your Vanguard for 10.
No guard.
Drive check. Heal trigger. I get to recover 1 point of damage.
Ooh. Damage check. No trigger.
Your turn.
Alright. Stand and draw. Discard.
I almost forgot the enemy cards. Let me not forget that.
I ride into Ascension. Ventesta's skill. He calls himself from the soul, and in exchange, I soul charge 1. And now I'll swing 18 on the Vanguard.
that. No guard.
Drive check. No trigger.
Damage check. What is it?
Alright.
Ooh, a restraint.
I end my turn.
Ooh. Right, because you have nothing else to hit with. I stand and draw. Energy charge 3. And emptiness is the root of all things. Everything will soon return to nothing. I ride Fated One of Zero, Blangmire.
Here he is.
Vacant Fang's ability activates. I reveal the top 3 cards of my deck, and I move all the normal units from among them to the soul. Come on tap. And then I shuffle my deck, and if 2 or more are placed, I get to draw one. Now, the effect of the grade 3 that was put into my soul activates. I will bind it face down and draw another card. Fine. Untap can be annoying sometimes. You love it and you hate it.
I agree.
Do I do that? Or do I... Russian? Sure. Oh yeah. You also get movement, so I'm enough to get vacant. So I call one Colossus. And the second Colossus. Langmire will attack your Vanguard, and I activate its ability. I choose 4 cards from my soul and bind them face down.
Sorry, fellas. Y'all have to go. They're bound face
now you
down.
Now you have the Yadamota's condition up when you need to guard with her.
You already know. But I need to be careful about when I decide to use that. Speaking of which, now's not the time. No gado.
Let me just, my untap is not letting me choose one of these cards to bind face down. It's like, will not let me turn it face down. Give me a moment. And there we go. Alright, so those 4 get face down. I'm gonna bind them and then draw 1. Because that's something I always forget. Because it's a Yume, you can miss out on that.
Oh yes, you can get sharked like a mother effer about that one.
There with me.
Oof.
Alright, so
Other
draw
mine so
1.
far.
Alright, yeah. No guard, you say?
No guard.
First check. No trigger. Second check. No trigger.
Uh-oh. Oh, you and I think too similarly. Damage check. No trigger.
This is going to be a fun game indeed.
Finally, a game where both players is truly sided against the other. Oh, you know what I want, and I know what you want.
23k to your Vanguard.
Another damage check. A critical trigger.
Colossus will go to my soul. However, the moment he does, I'll activate a second ability to bind him and draw another card. Once more, 23k to Vanguard.
Lavarch will protect me.
And once again, bind face down to draw another card. Your turn.
I stand and draw. My energy is now at 9. I'll discard. Emptiness may be the root of all things, but light pierces through the darkness. The wings of salvation descend. The Raido, the fated one of miracles, the Rezael. Skill of Ascensior. And also skill of Biscotti. Biscotti first. Draw. And then Ascensior resolves. I'm going to call. And I'll call Sages. Next up.
So, when I was watching your video against Noir earlier, Noir mentioned something about Reziel's wings. I mean, I also know that the artist just likes to draw dragons and angels with 4 wings, since they drew Grander Edge and this one Buddy Fight card that has 4 wings.
Oh my, okay.
Really good art. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and... Okay. Well, nothing to do it but to do it. Fitted one of the Rezael will attack the Vanguard, activating skill. I'll counterblast. Let's counterblast. Ooh, if I have the potential to heal, what do I heal out? We'll do you. Okay, this is 13 on the Vanguard with Twin Drive. And I'll also be calling 2 rear guards. I call Sages, and I call Lavarch.
You want to make sure you're able to break through my defenses, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, bring it on. No guard.
Copy that. An extra 5,000 power to the doggo. Twin Drive. Basta check. Heal trigger. I'm going to grant an extra 10,000 power to the left Sages, and I'll recover that painkiller angel. A rewarded decision. But what about my second check? Critical trigger. Ooh, good. Power to the right, Sages. And critical goes to the Vanguard. Rezael makes a strong counterattack.
First check. Evoke Alchemist. Sad. I wish to have seen you a little earlier. Second check. I actually didn't want to really see a front right at the trigger at the moment. That means I have to deal with more annoying.
You bet. It won't help because Sages both get 10,000 power when you reveal a trigger for your damage check. Alright. With the boost from Lavarch, Sages swings on your Vanguard. 38, and I'll look at the top card of the deck and decide its placement. I'll keep it on the top.
That's very interesting to hear. So
You unsettle me.
I'll take this damage. Critical trigger. All effects to Vanguard.
Sawjust swings again. I'll counterblast. Sawjust is going to get an extra 33,000 since your Vanguard's at 33,000. Alright, this puts Sawjust at a mind-boggling power. We're looking at...
79,000?
Whoa. Yeah, 79,000, exactly. And I'll confirm the top card of the deck, but you already know my answer to that.
Yeah. I'll just perfect guard that.
Alright. Skill of Gaogaon. He retires. And I countercharge 1. Pass.
Stand and draw.
That power is about to be Blankmeyer's actual power in a second.
Pretty much.
Alright.
Become nothing. I persona ride Langmire. Draw. And plus 10,000 power to the front row. Do that one.
White. The color of death and emptiness. Moo. Alright.
Yeah. How much counterblast am I willing to burn through this turn? I'll call as a move and activate its ability. Counterblasting 1, revealing the top 3 cards of my deck, adding any one of them to the soul, the rest back. Do I do that? Do it like that? Sure, I'll put Evoke Alchemist into Soul and return the remainder to the deck. You know what? Nah, I'll also put Ford into Soul. Take an extra normal unit out of there. The rest go back to the deck.
You don't need very long in this game. You may deck out insanely quick, but I may not have a lot of turns in me.
That may not be coming up. Deck out might be the least of my worries. Also the least of our worries.
Well, I'm not scared.
Free like the sun, forward and revolt this. Activating its effect, I soul charge 1.
I bet you wish that was in the hand rather than on the top of the deck.
Ever so, but it is whatever. And I'll counterblast 1 from my soul. Who do I wish to call? That's interesting. I'll call Clean Sweep Dragon over Ford and revolt this.
Hmm. An interesting strategy indeed. By removing my rear guards without binding them, you're limiting my ability to utilize Leo Morta.
And next, I'll activate Clean Sweep Dragon's effect. All 3 of your rear guards get put into the soul.
Ooh. Sorry, guys.
Clean Sweep Dragon will gain an additional 5,000 power for each one placed. Next, how do I want to do this? If I do it like that, I can play it too.
Counterblast? Again? Oh. Are you utilizing what I think you're utilizing from the soul?
No, I'll wait a turn.
Hmm.
I think now
Temperance.
should. Right now, you don't have as much damage as I'd like you to be at.
You're at exactly the
now-
damage I want you to be at.
We'll just swing with Blind Mire. Which 4 do I want to find? Sure.
I think it's quite
We'll find
obvious
all
which 4 you
but
bind.
Crimson- Yeah, all but the Crimson Expeller.
Which will come first, my life or your deck, which will become 0. Will you run out of steam while I run out of power?
Let me move you out of the way so I can see if this can get all sent to. Yep. Right, that makes things a little easier. Because now I also get the extra draw. And Blind Mire itself gains 25,000 power.
35 because of the Persona ride. 48. Wow. Now that's a massive number. Alright. Would you like to activate the Divine Skill?
Not at this moment.
In which case, Kanzengado.
Alright. First check. No trigger. Second check. No trigger.
Ooh.
Zamug will attack your Vanguard and I activate its ability. Come on. I Energy Blast 3. He gains plus 5k and a crit. This is 25-2 critical to your Vanguard.
I'll guard with Biscotti and activate skill. Counterblast. Draw 1 card. And then I'll guard with the heal trigger. Although it's not mattering here, since your critical is 2 and it wasn't due to the effect of a critical trigger, an extra 15,000 to the shield.
Alright, Clean Sweep attacks your Vanguard for 35k.
No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
Alright. Over to you.
I'll stand and draw. I energy charge 3. No ride. I energy blast 7. Follow each of my draw. Ooh. How can I do this? Alright. The amount of criticals I've seen is not many, and I don't have Persona Ride. It may not be time to do this yet. In which case, I call Divinez. Regardless peaks, activate, Bracing Angel Ladder. It moves to the soul. I draw a card. Rezael will get a skill for 5k. Furthermore, I'll gain a skill where my rear guards cannot be moved to any zones during your turn. Alright. Call Painkiller Angel. With 3 in the draw, what can I do? Alright. Well, nothing to do but to do it, right? I'll swing with Rezael, activating skill. I counterblast a card yet again. I'm going to call the Grade 2 Biscotti and the Grade 1 Painkiller Angel for my drop zone. This is 18 on your Vanguard.
Well, I can't have myself losing the crits, so I'll guard that. Guard.
Twin Drive. Boss to check it. It's another heal trigger. I don't heal, but I'll be granting power over to Biscotti. Second check. No trigger. Let's see here. Your clean sweep is useless to you for this next turn, so I might as well just go pressure the damage where I can. I'm going to go for 18 on your Vanguard.
Okay. Sure, no guard. Damage check.
Alright.
No trigger.
At the end of the battle, Painkiller retreats and I Soul Blast 1. Let's see. You were so gracious to give me Soul. I should use it. Now 28 on the Vanguard.
Alright. Guard with Diablo's Girl Natalia.
Skill once again. This time, Soul Blasting out Lavarch. And we draw a card. I end my turn.
We stand and draw. Once more, I will Persona Ride.
Alright. This has to be the turn. You're running out. Come at me.
I do need to make up some cards into the soul. I'm gonna call a clean sweep and call Evoke Alchemist.
I know your plan. You're gonna get rid of your own cards.
Indeed, that is correct. Clean Sweep Dragon will put the two of itself and the other into soul. Get in there.
We're
And
having
I
such a
call
serious game, and then things like that happen.
Crimson Expeller.
Ooh. A mandatory soul charge. Oh my.
Alright, my Energy Blast 3 for 5k and a critical.
How much is that?
25k to crit.
Lavarch, defend me.
Alright. Blankmire will swing.
It's alright, guys. You're safe this turn thanks to Bracing Angel Ladder.
Alright, I have to do this manually. Oh, and then all to fine. This way I get the power, which is plus. Come on, hold on. Yeah, let's get the powers that I need out of the way. You know, like,
Right.
well, no, he loses that now. But so this guy gets plus 7 here. Blankmire has plus.
Let's see, 14. I believe
35.
that's 35. Yes. Oof.
Activating the effect of Evoke Alchemist. Also, yeah, I'm not going to draw off of Blankmire's skill. That was just for the power.
Hmm.
And now, Blankmire's divine skill will manifest.
Here it
Till the
comes.
end of the next turn, the skills of your perfect guards, your Vanguard, and even you yourself will be nullified.
Whew. It's alright. Bracing Angel Ladder, you've already done what you were supposed to this turn. Okay. But
It protected it just long enough before it wore out.
I can change fate. Toki no Yumesha. Lierimota. Gyado. Gyad. Okay. I'll discard, and both of these cards are sent to the bottom of the deck. You can't hit my faded one.
Alright. Twin Drive. First check. Critical trigger. All the effects go to Zamoog. Second check. No trigger.
Thank you, Liel. I would have died without you.
Now, I know you have at least one of those heals. Let's see it brought out. Zamoog will swing, gaining plus 5k power and an extra crit. 50k power to critical.
I guard with 2 Hardiness Tier Sorceress. With their skills, they gain plus 15k apiece. That means my Vanguard's at a grand spanking total of 53,000. It guards the attack.
That's good, that's good. Now. Crimson Expeller will attack your Vanguard for 20k and I soul charge.
No gado. Damage shiki.
And that will be the end of my turn. Go ahead.
Standondo. Draw. Energy charge. I don't have a persona ride. But I'm not out of options. Togi no unesha. Liera mota. The raido.
Right, you never activated the divine skill.
I haven't activated Divine Skill. You know what that means. I wasn't ever planning to use Rezael's Divine Skill to save my skill. No, I was saving it for my true ace in the hole. Liela Morta. Alright.
Interesting.
Call.
I was wondering what the address was for.
And now you know. You may not be giving me binds of your own volition, but with Liel here, I can do it out of mine. I'll attack for 10 on your Zamoog.
I'll intercept that.
Edidus will attack for 10 on Zamoog.
I'll guard that with clean sweep.
Liel Morta attacks the Vanguard, activating skill. Counter Blasto. Bindo.
You're gonna get quite the large hand out of this.
You bet. Oh yeah, alright. And now while I'm looking at the deck here, let me evaluate what I've got left in my deck. Because this gets technical. Alright, 1, 2 of those. Then we got, of course, all of these. We got you. Alright. How many triggers are in your damage zone?
I believe I have 2. Indeed.
You have 2? Alright. Alright. I got my plan there. Let's Soul Blast 1. I'll Soul Blast Sages. Draw a card. Gotcha. Now with any hope, I won't drive check the one thing that I need to stay in the deck.
So this
5,000
is just...
power to Elia Lamorta with skill of my Edidus, and 10,000 power to Edidus himself.
Very interesting. Guard. And guard. This attack can only hit if you pull the over trigger.
Copy. Fast check it. Critical trigger. As you said, only the OT would work, and I'd be a fool to bet on that. All to Edidus. Second the check it. No trigger. The power of the Fated One lies in its ability to manipulate time. Rewind back to the beginning and do it all over again. At the end of the bout that Liel Morta attacks, Divine Skill activates. I choose a Liel Morta from the drop zone. Sperio Raido. Alright. Liel Morta attacks the Vanguard, activating skill. Counterblast 1. I send Biscotti to the depths of time.
Interesting.
I call another Biscotti from the deck. 1, 2, and then we go 3, 4. Gotcha. Ooh. Biscotti can activate her skill though, as this is not a persona ride. This is for 13 on the Vanguard.
Let's test fate again, shall we?
Alright. Drive trigger check. Critical trigger. Alright. All goes to Biscotti. And now, with a boost from Painkiller Angel, 38 with a critical on the Vanguard.
Guard and guard.
Painkiller skill. I return her to the depths of time. Retire Painkiller. Draw. And now I'm going to go for 20 with a critical on the Vanguard.
I'll guard that once more.
Alright. Your draw's got you a lot of card advantage for sure, but something tells me that you're about out of steam. We're coming into the end game. Let's see who wins this.
And draw.
Alright.
Fate has
I've
been
done
a
everything my plan set out to do. I did everything as well as I could. Now we'll let fate decide. Bring it on.
Fortunately, you are quite correct on that. I don't have enough, but I'll leave you with nothing either. Blind Mire will attack your Vanguard for 28.
Consigliado.
Right? First check. Second check. No triggers. Zamug is going to attack your Vanguard, activating its effect. I get plus 5k power and plus 1 critical.
Guard that, Biscotti. Intercept.
Once more, Zamug attacks.
Yavarch.
Now, look at this. Both of us down to the last few cards in our hand, and no sources to use them.
No resources, that's right. Hell, ironically, I have more soul than you do. Alright.
Yeah, I probably should have been playing more cards that can actually fill the soul, or not burned all of my CB.
I had an opportunity to get a CB with your Vanguard swing, but I couldn't risk it, not when there's this much at stake. Alright. Persona Drairo, Liel Morta. Draw. Alright. Calling Sages.
Alright.
Calling Painkiller Angel. I'll get my persona counters to the front row. Alright. Let's get her going. Alright. Sages attacks for 23 on the Vanguard. Activating skill, look at the top card of the deck, decide its placement. To the top.
Guard.
Next up is Liel, No. I swing with Divinez next. This is for 38 with Painkiller Angel support.
First thing. What might you have up there, I wonder? I guard with Galnakel.
Alright. End of the battle. Soul Blast 1 and draw. Return again, Leo Lamora. Guarding that OT confirms what I suspected all along. Now it can go in. 23 on the Vanguard with Leo Lamora. No skills activate.
I will perfect guard that.
Fast to check it. A draw trigger. Powered Leo Lamora and I draw. Second check it. No trigger. And now, I end my turn.
Yep. Then, and I draw. Oh. Well, that's quite interesting, isn't it? I activate Gratias Gradale,
Oh my. Alright then.
triggering Persona Ride once more. Draw. This may very well be the last turn I have.
I said it a few times and I'll say it once more. Bring it.
Let's just say if you're able to live this turn, I will lose. I call Brainwash Swirler.
Ooh. He commits.
Soul Type 1. Now. Blangmire will attack your Vanguard. No, honestly. Yeah, I don't like it for the draw. I needed 4 more cards in Soul, to get the extra bind and the power up, so I have just the 38k power swinging at ya.
I gotcha. I'll show you the card that I drew. Conzengiado. Discarding. Not you, Divinez. Stay on the field. Show me your final twin drive.
First check. No trigger. I was wondering where you were. Second check. Critical trigger.
Ooh.
All effect to the left side Zamoog. Now, faced once again with this exact scenario, do you have enough cards to survive? Zamoog boosted by Brainwash Swirler will attack, and I activate the effect Energy Blast 3. Zamoog gains plus 5k power and plus an extra critical. 38,000, 2 crits.
Yard. Yard. And Yard. 10,000
Very well.
shield since you've checked a trigger during your drive check.
Now this is also 30k power, 2 critical.
I guard with Idosfaro. Again, a lot of things in common between us.
Well, that was a fun game.
Bring
However,
it back over here, baby. I've got one last action for you.
come to a rousing finale.
Yes, sir. And now, stand and draw. And I ride back into Fated One of Miracles, Rezael.
Very symbolic, huh?
You bet. Call. Rezael attacks the Vanguard for 21.
No guard.
Twin Driver. Faster checker. I don't heal. Power to Rezael. Second check. Critical trigger, all effects to Rezael. It
Man,
even gets them
but I
anime
only
finish. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, we can stop talking Super Saiyans.
yeah.
Oh man, I can't believe I pulled that off. No way, dude. No, yeah, okay, it's recording.
You know, it's the fact that you had. I think it's because mainly you had the 2 units before the moment I went into grade 3. You know, you probably planned it all along to at least give yourself the 2 units, thinking that I would be playing around not finding your units.
Right. So my theory was, okay, I can get Liela Mora to bind, but more importantly, I realized something. I don't think you expect, because you were expecting most of the things I was doing. You're a very skilled player, and so I came at this with a pretty big disadvantage, since I knew you could respond to me about as well as I could respond to you. My only chance of really securing a win here was to do something very unexpected, and so I rode Liela Morta, and that was my entire game plan, and that's why I brought out Divinez instead of Nobiris, because it works with Liel. And I also brought out Gragown instead of Aerial Sage, because Gragown is a countercharger for both of the Faded ones.
Okay, yeah.
And I replaced Gigantic Masher with Sages because it could work with both of them as well. I made a more generic pool, a fusion between the 2 decks, so that in the critical situation where I didn't have Persona Ride, I could still ride into Liela Morta. And that was my entire game plan. And it effing worked.
It worked like a charm. That was honestly really good.
Yeah, you were intimidating me with that clean sweep, though. When I saw that, I was like, oh, thank God I didn't opt for the Heaven's Infinity formation. It would have crumbled.
It would have crumbled like dust, yeah. No, but I still brought cards like Ford and Revoltus and Clean Sweep. Simply also not so I'm not binding as many rears. I was going to try and like not bind many of your rear guards if I had to.
Man, it was a good strategy. That was a very good play. One thing that's interesting is a parallel between us, because we had a few parallels here. One of the parallels was you were running the new Dual Nation card from Festival Collection. You were doing it to get the retires with the calls, right? For me, I was doing it to... I ran this as well. It just got revealed like a day ago, if that. And I was like, okay, here's the real purpose of this. It isn't to call. The real purpose is to put back copies of Divinez to set up for Liela Morta. It didn't come to that, but that was the intent.
I mean, again, this was honestly a really good fight, man.
It had a really strong back and forth. There was tricks from both sides, and it even ended with a really epic switch back into Rezael for the anime double trigger finish, because it wasn't necessary, but it's cool that it happened. All right. That goes for that was a more swift breakdown, but I think you guys saw a lot of what was going on with these decks too. This was honestly, I think in terms of just the technical play between the players, this was the best round of all the Fated Clash rounds we've had so far, bar none. And
hey,
that was the rest of your hand.
You don't need to do a deck list. I'm pretty sure all the players have seen every card of my deck.
Yup, you guys out there trying to count everything, just count all the cards he's revealed in this match, and you'll get there. But no, in all seriousness, anyone wants a deck list, we'll be sure to provide it. But that's besides the point, because now I managed to survive what's possibly my biggest hurdle yet. But could we go for a triple Rezael feature? It's up to the wheel. So let's go ahead and find out. Oh, and P.S. I never used my energy.
I mean, there was no need.
There was no need.
Yeah, going into this last turn, I knew I had 2 triggers left in hand, but I also don't think I had enough cards to kill you with the... you know, maybe if I didn't Soul Charge the heal, could I have killed you if I didn't Soul Charge it?
Didn't Soul Charge the heal?
Like, if I checked 2 triggers, you know, on my last turn, you do have enough to live that.
Yeah, because between like the PGs, the big shields and stuff, like, yeah, I still had a little bit of shield left, so I think I was good to go. At least I remember that. I could, when we're looking at the replay, it might actually end up not being the case. So if that's the case, then that makes this even more interesting. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna go.
Oh, no, because you guarded the last attack with Eros Faro, so that was who I was. But wait, no, yeah, because either way, whichever attack was just the bigger one, you could guard with Eros Faro just fine or enough cards, and then the other attack is still manageable enough.
Right.
All right, let's see.
I'm color coordinating these because I feel like it. Oh, whoops. Ignore that. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me just redo that. Cool.
Alright.
Hide that. Catching our voice still. Yep, everything still looks good over here. Cool. Okay. Let's get the full screen. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, and now we're going over to the coveted wheel section. There's only 3 contestants left on this board, and they're all terrifying in their own way.
I mean, hey, at least we'll be able to see another new deck.
That, that is for sure. Even if it's not the both of them, David or Nabs, one of them is going to be able to get their wish to just play in the freaking tournament finally. Like, come on, Wheel. We didn't have to hog it up just between me and Noir. All right, now let's see what the first of the two is going to be. Oh!
The back.
Oh, great. And who am I going to play this time, Wheel? Who shall I have a near-death experience with? Okay, time to ring Nabs. Holy crap. Okay, well, David, congratulations. You got to buy into the finals. Oh, man.
You know what? It is what it is.
Oh. Really now? Aw, we can't even have the whole, like, now Akina, we end where we begin kind of thing. This wheel was funky, bro. But you know what? At least it's keeping it kind of interesting. So now we've got ourselves, this one actually is an anime matchup, and we've actually also done a fight night, so there goes both of those streaks. There's a lot that is precedented about this fight. In terms of the advantage, well, this one's a little hard, because he does have field removal, and knowing Nabs, he'll probably throw in an extra helping of field removal, which is pretty crazy, all things considered. So, I don't think I can Heaven's Infinity, and I certainly can't Liel Amorta. So, we're going to have to see an entirely different facet of Reziel if I'm going to be able to sort of trump this thing here. Like, holy crap, dude. Who has the advantage? Who do you think has this set on? If you were to just base it off of what you know about the players in the decks, who would you say wins?
I truly believe you have a good enough chance against that. You are a very skilled player and know how to play against other decks to your maximum optimization. Nabs is a great player. I truly believe you are better. As a thing of like both of you are really good players, but I think you have the best chance.
Oh, okay. So that's an interesting take. So you're judging it less on the deck matchup and more on the player's skill and their ability to pilot the decks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is fair. Plus, Nabs is really good with Varga, but he hasn't been playing it for as long as I've been playing Reziel. So there may indeed be a skill gap there. But even so, oh man, this was the other scary one.
Varga is Varga, and it could just stack a couple crits on top of Varga and swing 3 times.
Yeah, Varga is Varga, right? It could just blast. Of course, I don't even quite know how I would go into a matchup against this, right? The fundamentals of Reziel could just clear its front row with things like Nobiris and Cadewalla, and then he wouldn't be able to retire those, and I could get hand advantage. But then I'm just going advantage versus advantage, right? And it's a pretty pitched game state when you do that. So that would be, I guess, the most technical route if I just wanted to minimize the alterations to the Reziel foundation, but maybe there's a way to take the retires and use it against him, or maybe there's a way of sacking his board so that he needs to constantly replenish the hand and also guard. Yeah, he needs to constantly replenish the hand and also replenish the field. There's a few different directions to take. I'm gonna have to theory craft for this one for probably at least a couple of days just to get that going. I'm not sure how much time he's gonna need, but he's gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
It should be a very fun matchup.
Right. Hey, David, since you did hop in here, do you have an opinion on which one do you think would come out on top?
I've been saying this a lot about Varga lately. I think that Varga is a deck where it's very similar to V Overlord. Not the Rebirth. Rebirth was actually good, but like it feels very similar to the Cross in a sense that like you have to hit crits, and that's exactly why you played Force 2 in the Cross back in late mid V. If you don't have crit pressure, the deck sucks ass. And honestly, you'll see that if the swings aren't really that threatening, they don't hit a crit on that first drive check, the first 2 drive checks, then that second swing that he has that doesn't have drives just sucks, and you can just take it. So it's like actually kind of it's a sacky deck. So like you either hit it and it's really threatening and really hard to deal with, or you don't hit crits and it just falls apart. At least Reziel is a little more consistent. So if I had to take a pick, I think Reziel wins it. But there's always the factor that Varga could just like sack you out of the game.
Yeah, it's a way more explosive deck than Reziel generally is, unless you want to play super aggro with it. And even then, I mean, Varga can sort of just go blow for blow. So we have a bit of an interesting split there. One says it's based on player skill, the other one says it's mostly just on the RNG of the match itself, which I think I might be inclined to agree more with the latter than the former. It's just that up to chance at the end of the day. All right, well, that's going to be our thoughts and reveal on the next Fated Clash matchup. It's going to be a pretty big one. I wonder what people would say in the polls about this matchup, especially considering we recorded this pretty soon after the second round, so I actually still haven't even thrown out the poll on who people would have thought would win between Blankmeyer and Reziel. So for all I know, we could be seeing people just vote in majority favor of Blankmeyer. It's like, oh, well,
Oh no.
majority of people lost that bet. Yeah, that'll be an interesting statistic to see. Alrighty, well, if you guys did like this match, then go ahead and watch the previous matches in the Fated Clash if you haven't already. Also, if you're fiending for more Vanguard content, then look no further. I've got tier lists, discussions, fight nights, anime reactions, the whole shebang, so check them out. And if you want to stay tuned for the next time we upload one of these Fated Clash videos, then go ahead and press the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for next time I load a video. And with that, take care, God bless. Okay.